Hello YouTube, how y'all doing? Hope you're doing well. I am so f***ing tired. So I thought we'd have a good old-fashioned blanket chat. Do you remember these? We used to just wrap ourselves in blankets and just chat about all kinds of things. Oh, how I miss the old days before I knew anybody in this damn community. Things were so much more simpler. Just burning some sage. Just burning some sage. So I got a comment on my YouTube, something. And since y'all are not on my phone, I can look at my phone. This comment was put on my, is witchcraft Wicca a trend today? And I still think, in some instances, that it kind of is a little bit of a trend. But that's just my opinion. Everybody's is different. If you haven't seen that video, go find it. Oh girl, we're gonna need to be blowing some damn clouds for me to be doing this. So this person says, I'm new to the craft. I've been interested in this for a number of years, but only recently took the leap. Oh my god, welcome to the craft. Thank you. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I haven't gotten any books on the craft, but I'm getting Scott Cunningham books when I'm able to. Yes. That's what I started with. Scott Cunningham is amazeballs. I just love him. He's dead now, but I still love his corpse. I do think it is a trend, but it's definitely not something to mess around with. Yes, this is not something you play with. This is not a toy. Right now, I'm doing a protection jar for the house. I'm doing a mini one I can wear as a necklace, or just have it in my bag or pocket when I go out. The problem with us searching online for info is the info you find is incorrect. Or, wait, sorry. The info you find may be incorrect. Just like the books, but you can easily search other sites to find out more info, and just remember to take it and don't believe everything you read. Exactly. So, what I suggest to new people all the time is that you read, and take it all with a goddamn grain of salt. There are some very experienced witches on YouTube who have been doing this for 30, 40, 50 years, and some of those witches have so many subscribers that even if you ask them a question, you are just another voice lost in the wind. However, there are some witches who have been doing this for 30, 40 years who, if you ask a question, are going to get back to you instantly or within, you know, a few days. So never be afraid to ask questions. There's a witch on here who started her YouTube channel by making videos and asking people questions and getting responses. So, you know, there's that option. You could start making YouTube videos and start asking questions too. If you're a part of Facebook groups, I would be very careful asking questions because you get a lot of bullshitters and a lot of fakery and fuckery, but at the same time you also get the experienced witches. So again, with the taking everything with a grain of salt. I guess you could say the same thing of like YouTube. But I've only encountered very little fakery and fuckery on YouTube. Where was I? Random witch a few months ago started hashtag Be the Witchy Change. She saw an image to do with newbies to the craft and that angered her, so she started a hashtag. She got comments from people about what they want to start, Comments from people about they want to start a YouTube channel, but they're scared because there are people who will basically tell them they have no place in YouTube or the craft and so on. And people scared to ask questions on Facebook groups for the fear of some people saying that you're not a witch or you're just a fluffy bunny. When you're new to the craft, you ask questions. That's how you learn, and sure enough, you can read books. But doesn't mean you're going to fully understand everything it says. Looking at websites, same thing applies. You're not going to fully understand something unless you ask questions online or in person. I know no one near me I can learn from, apart from online YouTube and Facebook, and once I can books. I'm trying to think. I don't actually know why random started Be the Witchy Change. I just know that it went downhill. People started using it for the wrong thing. They're like, oh, you're such a bitch, be the witchy change. And it's like, oh my god, shut up and go away. Okay, so in occult groups, so there's difference. There's Wicca groups, witchcraft groups, and occult groups on Facebook. In occult groups, I have found assholes, cunts, and fuckeries that are all like, hi, you're asking a question. You're a fucking idiot. You're a fucking loser. You don't fucking know what you're talking about. You're not even a witch. You're fake. You're just a newbie. Why don't you go back to your books, loser? Like, the occult groups on Facebook are nothing more than a bunch of twats who have nothing better to do with their goddamn lives. As for YouTube, I have never encountered people on YouTube who have channels attacking other witches for making channels. In fact, YouTube is pretty much an inclusive community. Everybody welcomes each other with arms wide open. It's like a fucking Creed song here. I have encountered some meow meows who think they're all that, but they're really not. And some spiders who are nothing more than toxic, poisonous little bitches. That's actually what Random Witch saw, an image of a fluffy bunny either hanged or shot, and says this is what fluffy bunnies are good for, referring to newbies. I don't think she said that. I think she was referring to an image where somebody had written this is what fluffy bunnies are good for. I'm like, weren't you a newbie to the craft too, and didn't you ask questions too? Those people need to understand that some or a lot of us newbies don't have the luxury of having a witch we can learn from, or being able to buy books or borrow from a friend or family member. Seeing and hearing these things in the community is really disheartening and makes newbies have a second thought about it. I think that partly could be why so many, especially teens, come to the craft and then disappear. Because those remarks. It's not easy for some of us. Thanks for the video, even though it's an older one, but nonetheless, blessed be. So, I don't agree with this concept. So I agree with the concept of Be the Witchy Change, but I don't agree with what's been done to it and how it's been bastardized, abused, and misled, and misused. And I'm not an advocate for Be the Witchy Change. I'm not friends with this person. We don't really talk. So I don't really have anything to say about Random Witch in general. But I believe she started the movement because of some of the bullshit and the fuckery that was going on in the community, and great, you do you, I do me type of thing. But at the same time, people started to misuse this concept and just be cunts about it and say, oh, well, you're being a dick or you're being an asshole, be the witchy change, or they would start attacking people. And then they'd be like, be the witchy change, and like everything just got taken out of proportion, and I don't even know where it is anymore, I don't know what's happening, blah, 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 blah. You should read everything that you can find that interests you on your particular path. And there are a lot of really great people in the community to ask questions too. Some of them, like I said, are so damn popular that they just can't get back to you, and they state it in their videos where they're like, yeah, any messages I received after this date I just am not responding to. And it's not because they're dicks, it's because they get so many fucking messages. So many. I was friends with some of these people and they would be like, I need to hire an assistant. That's how many messages I get. But there are other people in the community who have been doing this for as long who are not as high up on the totem pole, and thus do get back to you. Hi, how are you? I get back to everybody. I respond to every comment. And if I can't, then I make a video about it, and I hope that other people can chime in and respond to that person's comment as well. I will be linking this comment in the description of this video, so y'all can read it. But if you're new to the craft, you know, read everything you can. If you have favorite YouTubers you like to watch their videos. Like, binge watch them, like Orange is the New Black. And ask questions. Don't be afraid to reach out in the comment section of their video and ask questions. Or if they allow it, you know, message them on Facebook and ask questions. Or make your own video responses. You know, when I first started, I made a lot of video responses, and I, you know, would share, you know, this person would make an oil, and I would make a video response to that, or this person would do, you know, witchy questions, and I would make a video response to that. Always, you know, take the time to want to learn. If you want to learn, if you really are serious about this path, okay? Because this isn't like an ice cream cake you put in your fridge and then once you've done eating it, it's gone and you shit it out eight hours later. Like, this is a lifelong thing, okay? This is something that you do to better yourself, to evolve yourself, to grow, to go along your life's journey and seek answers and get experiences. The craft is all about experiences, so read and experience and practice, and, you know, I think one of the other reasons a lot of people who come to the craft don't stay in the craft is because, and this is a controversial thing to say, but they're not serious about their craft. But I wanted to share this because it reached me, and I think in the second paragraph where they say that's actually what Random Witch saw, an image of a fluffy bunny, either hanged or shot, and says that's what fluffy bunnies are good, referring to newbies. I think that part, I don't think this commenter has English as a first language, so I think what they're saying there is they're not saying that Random Witch saw that and said this. I think what they're saying is that Random Witch saw this and the image said this, because I'm 99.9% sure that there was some fucking meme going around on some fucking Facebook group that said that shot a shot or hung rabbit, and it was like, this is what fluffy bunnies are good for. So yeah. And I don't know where Be the Witchy Change is anymore. Like, if she wants to comment and be like, it's still alive, it's still going, I still make videos about it, people still talk about it, that's great, fabulous, fun on you, but I haven't heard anything about it. I don't know if it's still a thing. I don't know if people are still making videos about it. I don't know. I don't pay attention to that stuff. I've moved on. I am up here. I am way over there, and just... I'd love to hear your guys' comments. Check out the description for this comment, read it through, leave some comments, make a video response, subscribe, like, dislike, I don't give a fuck. And, you know, let's have a discussion. What do you guys think about new people in the craft and the community? Do you think the community is welcoming and opening? Do you think that there is a hierarchy in the community? Do you think that there are people in the community who are just out to be dicks and assholes and bitches? Or do you think that the community is largely opening and kind and caring, and that everybody wants to help everybody, and everybody wants to teach everybody, and everybody wants to share their experiences and opinions? What do you think of Facebook groups? What do you think of witchcraft groups, occult groups, Wicca groups, American Hoodoo groups? What do you think of YouTube as a platform for new witches? If you were a new witch, what advice would you be looking for? So like, if you've been practicing for a while and you've been on YouTube for a while, and you could look back and be like, okay, I would give you this advice. What advice would you give yourself? What advice would you give other people? I want to hear your comments. Yes, we're clapping for everything now. We are clapping for everything. God, this is just getting bad. But yeah, so I want to hear your stuff, I want to read your stuff, I want to see your comments, I want to experience your love.